We have some breaking news as it relates to XRP, as many analysts out there are calling for the potential super squeeze of XRP. I want to talk to you about what is happening with supply, what is happening with whale wallets, what is happening over at JP Morgan, as we have some documentation that shows they are currently studying Ripple and XRP. And along with that, here today on CNBC, Pantera CEO discussing both Ripple and Swift. Got a lot to put out on your radar, guys. All I ask is if you do like talking about XRP, type in X in the comment section, click that like button, and let's get into it. I do want to apologize in advance, a little bit sore throat, trying to get over this cold or whatever it is going around, but I want to make sure I got all this information out to you all, as I do love you all, as we are, as I stated yesterday, in every nook and cranny in the world. Yesterday, we heard from people in Texas, UK, Mississippi, one that stated they have 1,000 XRP up in the Bronx and the hood. We are everywhere in this world, and man, do I love this community. If you are new to the channel, click that subscribe button. We will be here for you and getting this information out. Now, I want to start right here. Cryptos are us. Some of you may be familiar with him, big name on YouTube. Does a lot of Bitcoin analysis and stuff like that, but kind of talking here about what I've been talking about, how supply has been kind of dwindling away on Coinbase, 90% as whales move tokens off exchanges. And I like how he put this. This is not Coinbase dumping. This is 90% coming down in supply on Coinbase due to whales moving tokens off exchanges, likely putting them into cold storage. He states, with less liquidity, a super squeeze could be brewing as analysts eye a $10 XRP if momentum holds. I believe that is fun in comparison to where XRP is truly going, but I do 100% believe we are about to see a supply crunch, supply shock in the very near term. If we take a look at wallets holding 1 million to 10 million XRP tokens showed steady growth despite price swings here recently. Distribution climbed from 6.31 billion to 6.72 billion during a 3-month period. Very short amount of time, as what they're talking about is large holders continuing to position long-term value even as the selling pressure is there. The biggest wallets out there, the smart money that knows what they are doing, they are the ones that are continuously scooping up these dips. Now, along with that, moreover, dormant wallets have not rushed to join the exits. Unlike recent Bitcoin whale moves, this stability reinforces XRP's resilience in the face of sharp corrections. And so as we look ahead with XRP ETF launches to come likely in October, they will push the price. I absolutely love this post. Push the price to such high levels, they believe, that institutions will be able to use it as a settlement mechanism. We just spoke on ISO 20022 and how that global implementation is coming in November as well. Well, yes, supply right now is shrinking, guys. XRP supply is shrinking. Can you imagine all 11 XRP ETF launches at the same time with their fund managers hoarding XRP for their accredited investors? We're seeing supply drop dramatically. Now, I'm talking about what is happening with JP Morgan, as for years, right, Jamie Dimon would say, oh, Bitcoin and crypto is all a scam. Guess what? They've been studying it all along. Here is CLS continues. This is official documentation talking about the unlocking of billions, 120 billion in value for cross-border payments. CLS, continuous link settlement system, Swift, Finality, and Ripple, utilizing XRP to lead the world in payments for settlements. That is exactly what XRP will do, is help with settlements around the world globally and allow the world of finance to connect. as this article came out here today talking about XRP adoption rally. 7 million wallets within reach, JP Morgan studies Ripple's cross-border use case. That's pretty interesting. And that's one of the big things that I think a lot of people are sleeping on. A lot of people are going to wait too long to get into XRP. When we start seeing these headlines that JP Morgan officially utilizing XRP in a big way for payment systems, it's going to be too late, my friends. Now, along with that, we saw Pantera CEO, which Pantera is one of the oldest exchanges in the cryptocurrency space, if not the oldest, talking on CNBC today about Solana. They wanted to talk about Solana. But what was he quoted saying? Ripple is going after Swift. And that is exactly what is happening right now. If these legacy financial systems do not get on board and utilize XRP as a settlement layer, they're going to get left behind. Now, speaking of price appreciation, is what is right around the corner. Check out iTrust Capital for a crypto IRA. I've spoke on them in the past. You know how I feel about them. Over 11,000 five-star reviews. This article surfaced, guys, talking about iTrust Capital and Caleb and Brown, which is essentially one of their competitors. They offer a lot of the same things in terms of institutional grade custody like iTrust Capital. The big difference here, though, is you'll get absolutely wrecked with Caleb and Brown when it comes to fees. Nothing against Caleb and Brown. It's a fine company, but when we take a look at fees specifically, they're 3.5 times less for iTrust Capital. Crypto transactions, 1%. 1%. That is the most competitive for buys and sells in this space, bar none. You want to get in before price appreciation. That's all I got for you for now, guys. Want to make sure I got all this out to you in a timely fashion. A lot going on. Going to be an absolutely massive week. Make sure you have those notification bells on, and I'll see you all in the next one.